What's going on, YouTube? Andre here with the DM Network. And if you're new to the channel, y'all hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Please, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything to do this, and it helps us out tremendously to continue doing what we enjoy doing and bringing content. Now, on with the video. Y'all, I am really enjoying doing this series, covering this game, and talking about it. I mean, I have a passion for Dragon Ball, always have ever since I was little. It's been over 20 something years I've been into Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, GT, Super, all of that. And I'm stoked about it. And in the mornings when I'm doing my route, man, my mind, I just contemplate on so many things throughout the day about this game and about the future of the anime and everything. But, you know, that's neither here nor there, y'all. Today, I want to get into it. I want to talk about the player progression, the leveling system, and the RNG system, or the drops that may be in this game. With it being an RPG game, we already know that there's going to be leveling. We already know that there's going to be item drops and things like that. But I feel that they could go a different route with the leveling system. Generally, like you look at a game like Destiny, and I'm going to use Destiny for example because it is an MMORPG. Destiny has an interesting leveling system. You level your character to a certain level, and that level allows you to use certain gear that will raise what they call your light level. And your light level is what determines how strong you are. Okay, so if my gear is all level 1, but I'm like max level 40, then guess what? My light level is going to be 1. Thus, I'm technically weak. You get what I'm saying? So your character's max light level. I mean, your character is max level, but your gear is not max light level. So, and I would like this game to kind of take on the same thing in a sense, but let me explain. So, my whole basis of this game is, with it being an action RPG, is for it has the ability to stay true to Dragon Ball as far as power leveling and things like that. I don't want a leveling system to where, oh, you're level 1. Oh, you're level 2. Oh, you're level 3, and that's it. I would like that system that would be like level 1, 2, 3, whatever, all the way up to 100. It can get to 1,000 for all I care. I really don't care. But I would like a leveling system like that would allow you to be able to use certain items in the game. For instance, if I'm level 1 and I get a drop that's, say, level 3, I have to be level 3 to use that drop. This is going to be effective in the sense of, if you're in the open world, it keeps you from accessing or being able to do like in-game stuff and not being an in-game level character. You get what I'm saying? Because if this is an open world where you can go fly around, do whatever you want, you'll have people going to try and take on the toughest boss without being equipped to. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they're going to lose anyway, more than likely, but say in the rare instance that individual is able to defeat them and, say, unlock a super rare item and be able to use it. You get what I'm saying? So they should do levels, but your level should only affect the type of gear that you're able to have and use, as well as, like, say, training facilities like the hyperbolic time chamber, which we're going to talk about that in a little bit as well. Now, as far as your strength and the damage that you're able to do, we need a game that implements power level. I don't know how they're going to work this out. I'm thinking about it right now, how they could determine your power level. But Dragon Ball Z is all about, it's about power levels. It is. Now, it was prevalent in Dragon Ball Z with the scouters and stuff like that. The whole, it's over 9,000, you know, that whole thing. But now it's not as, you know, they don't talk about, oh, his power level's through the roof. They just talk about his energy. Oh, his energy's amazing. You know, things like that. So power levels are still important, but they never really put a number on it. But we as the fandom, we like to put a number on the power level. We want to know just exactly how strong these characters are. So it would be cool if they did implement a power level. That would be really cool, and that would determine, you know, how strong you are, based on the characters that you're fighting. And what would be really cool is, because we know transformations are going to be part of the game. I don't see how you can have a Dragon Ball game and not have transformations, especially in an RPG, but I digress. So in your base form, they can show what your max power level would be if you were fully charged in your base form, and then your Super Saiyan form when you have 0 energy compared to fully charged, and then so on and so forth. That way, if I'm fighting an enemy, because this is so fun, being able to toy with somebody, toy with an enemy. Like, when I think about this, I look back at the Majin Buu saga when Goku and Vegeta and Gohan were in Majin Buu's spaceship, or not in Majin Buu's, they were in Babidi's spaceship, and they were fighting. Goku was fighting Yakon, and Vegeta was fighting Dweepui, and it was so awesome to. No, it wasn't Dweepui, was it? Yeah, it was Dweepui. I'm thinking about Kui, but no, it was Dweepui. If I'm pronouncing it right, if I'm not, y'all forgive me. But that was like the most epic. That was just classic. And I remember the move that he used to defeat him was in Raging Blast 2, and I would use that as a finish move. And if you did it right and it defeated opponent, it would look something similar to a finish move where the player would no longer even be on the screen. I thought that was super awesome. Now they do have that move in Xenoverse, but it's more like a that's like his throw move, and it's useless. I don't like it. I don't like the way they did it. But anyway, I mean, just imagine, that. I mean, in my base form, I don't even have to power up all the way, and I can defeat this guy easy peasy. Vegeta's just toying with this guy, and he's like, Earth is. Hi, have you noticed that the gravity on this planet is 10 times that of Earth, or something like that? And Vegeta's like, ha 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 ha. Now, if you were 100 times Earth gravity, you might have a shot, but 10 times Earth gravity, I hardly feel it. And he went off, man. It was just awesome. That part was epic to me. I want to have something resembled in the game that way. You see what I'm saying? So if you got a high power level, you don't even have to power up fully, and you can still defeat opponents and stuff like that. And the way that they can implement that is like, okay, yeah, rest is important in the game. Goku and them rested after fights. They took sensu beans and things like that. So if you go for power, you're going to exert more stamina, and you have to recoup that stamina later and stuff like that. So, having that in the game would be really cool. But as far as leveling, yeah, have the characters have a base level, like a level that allows them to use certain items, use certain training places and equipment, and be able to have a certain level to train with certain players. And then on top of that, then as far as how much damage you do in the game and stuff against opponents, have a power level. Okay, so yeah, technically you could have somebody that's, say, level 3, but has a power level high enough to defeat somebody that's a level 7 or 8. You get what I'm saying? Based off of their power level. Now, whatever drops they get from that, they may not be able to use it, but it would still be cool if they were able to have it. Now, what this is going to enable you to do, it's going to enable you to actually play through the game and not just build up your power level and go fight the toughest opponents and stuff like that. Now, how will you build your character level? I would say that you would just build your character level through playing the game, progressing the game. Now, that does in a way sound a little bit boring, because we do want to just go train and go out and fight. So this is just an example, because I also like the way of just flat out having no level. Like, you don't have to have a character level, and just having just a straight power level. Okay, that would allow you to go out and fight whoever you want, whenever you want, however you want, and whatever drops you get, you be able to use those drops immediately. That would be, to me, the best option. You see what I'm saying? That, to me, because then it allows you, if you have an open world setting, to be able to go anywhere in the open world and do anything you want at any point in time. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody wanted to go and take on Majin Buu before ever fighting Frieza or whatever, then they could train and go do that. Now, that does seem unplausible. It does seem unrealistic. There is going to be some kind of story to this, and I would imagine that the story is not going to allow you to take on the toughest boss before, you get what I'm saying? There is going to be progression through this. I honestly believe we are going to be playing through sagas. Now, how that's going to happen, I don't know. But your power level should be important. I think they should implement power level into the game. Now, as far as your item drops, you know what I'm saying? If they go the route of you need a certain character level to use this item, as most RPGs do. I haven't seen an RPG that doesn't. I mean, you look at Destiny does it. RPG elements in God of War did it. RPG elements in Assassin's Creed does it, and Spider-Man does it. So, because they want you to play through the game. They don't want you to just jump straight to the end. I mean, even in Horizon Zero Dawn, you see. So, I would imagine that that's the route they're going to go. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So item drops. What I don't want is if we have the base character or even a creative character, if they drop certain gear, I don't like it to where you have to wear this piece of gear that you don't like the way it looks. So with gear drops, I would rather them not necessarily drop gear, but say drop or yeah, I mean they can drop gear. I don't care if they drop gear. I would rather them be able to drop something a level up that you can put on your gear that's going to level it up, or that's going to give your gear a specific power up or something to that effect. And if they do drop gear, just allow us to be able to change the gear to whatever we want it to be like. So for instance, in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they can drop this Spartan helmet, but you can customize that helmet to look like any other item that you have already come across in the game. You can't make it look like something that you haven't seen or obtained in the game. It has to look like something you've already seen and obtained. So say I'm starting out in Goku's gi and I get a drop that looks like Gogeta's top. Okay, if I don't like that, I don't want to wear that, then I can still use that item and its benefits and its power-ups, but I can change it to where it looks just like Goku's gi. That way I'm maintaining my same uniform. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't like games like Destiny. I like Destiny, but I don't like it how in Destiny where if you want to use a certain item, you have to if you like the way a certain item looks, you have to either infuse it or something like that. Otherwise you're playing with mixed match armor sets and stuff like that. So that's what I would like for them to do. I hope RNG isn't a problem. The game does need to be rewarding, but I also feel that the game itself should also be challenging as far as leveling. Now, as far as a hyperbolic time chamber is concerned, because we talked about this in the comment section yesterday, I feel that the hyperbolic time chamber should be in the game definitely, especially if training is a core element of it. However, to keep people from overusing the hyperbolic time chamber, they should, since it is an RPG, there should be a drop, because the drops are going to be common, uncommon, rare, legendary, and either epic or heroic or something like that, top tier drop. What they should do is give you a token or some kind of drop that is a top tier drop, epic or legendary, whatever the top tier is, and that should be needed to go into the hyperbolic time chamber and make this a rare drop. In my opinion, should be one of the rarest drops in the game. The reason why is because Goku and them didn't use the hyperbolic time chamber a lot. I think they used it twice in the Cell Saga. Goku used it as a kid, and then they used it also in the Goku Black Saga in Dragon Ball Super. I mean, it wasn't something that they was going to all the time. You see, they did use it also in the Majin Buu Saga. So they did use it, but they didn't like. You would think a room in town where you could spend a year in somewhere that you would use it like once every month or something like that. They didn't use it like that. So I don't feel like it should be overused like that in the game. Now, once we're in the hyperbolic time chamber, I don't think that it should be something that, I'm going to hyperbolic time chamber and the game passes a set amount of time and you walk out and it shows you your stat boost. I believe that you should go into the hyperbolic time chamber. There should be a set time limit, and then you should train accordingly. Like however you train. If I'm blasting ki blast the whole time, then I should get a big boost to my ki. Or if I'm doing defense, then I should get a big boost to defense and stamina or whatever. Or if you go in there and just mix it up, you know what I'm saying? Do some key stuff, do some defensive stuff, do some elusive stuff, then you should just get a boost to accordingly whatever it is that you're training on while in there. So that's my take on it. What do y'all think down in the comment section down below? How do y'all think that the leveling system should work in the game, and how the drop should work in the game? Let me know, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.